y'all. Welcome to our show, man. 1 + 1 =
2.
relationships. It's all about
Addition and subtraction.
I'm one of your hosts, Trey Verdejo.
And I'm Gina Verdejo.
You know it's true, I wanna go with you. I'll be right there.
What it is.
I know, it feels like forever. What it is.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy 2024.
2024.
2024.
And welcome to 1 + 1 =
2.
relationship is all about
Addition and subtraction.
Yeah. Episode 3.
Episode 3, season 2.
Season 2.
Yep.
Season
We're
2.
back.
We are back.
Yep.
How you feeling, baby?
I'm hanging in there. It's been rough.
Oh, I feel you.
Life been lifing, y'all.
Yeah, you know how it is. But so quick little recap on our last episode, episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely got personal. You got up there, had the courage to share your story.
Yep.
I'm curious to hear some of the feedback, how you feel, how it felt, because I'm sure a lot of people knew about it but didn't know the details.
So if you haven't gotten a chance, go to YouTube, catch up on episode 2. And what we did, it was close to the date of a car accident that I had. So that's what he means by some people knew and some people knew but didn't quite know. So I did like a story time with just me going through what I can recall, what I do remember, and what I was told about that day. So it was good for me to kind of get it out and to say it all at once. A lot of the feedback that I got, a lot of people were emotional as well as myself, who didn't quite know. And that's why I said you never know what somebody else is going through or what somebody else has been through. So it was a bit of surprise with people who have known me for years. And it was good for the feedback. Like I said, I got a lot of positive feedback. I got a lot of new followers from TikTok as well. And a lot of family who, I think when it's out of sight, out of mind, when you don't talk about it, people tend to forget. And then it turned into, wow, I forgot how much you've gone through and how far you've come. And that's the part I wanted to celebrate. So it wasn't meant to be sad. It was more of a celebratory kind of thing for me and to show that the progress.
Yeah, man.
I've made a lot of progress.
No, you made a lot of progress, man.
Yep.
And again, if you haven't checked it out, definitely go to our YouTube
Definitely
page,
check
check
us
out
out. Yep.
episode 2. But
It was good.
that was one of the toughest editing job ever I had to do.
Because you got all the raw footage.
Yeah, man.
I had to stop a couple times.
Oh,
and
man, that was tough. But I'm
Yeah.
glad you was able to share and get off your chest. And like I said, work in progress.
Yep. So that was good.
All right, so I know it's cliche, but we gotta talk about it a little bit. 2023, and then now going into 2024. I mean, we talk about life been life and how things are moving fast, but we recently made 6 months
We did.
down here.
We relocated, and when he says it out loud to me, it didn't seem like it's been that long. It didn't feel like it's like half a year. When you put it in that perspective like that.
And I remember we were somewhere recently. Oh, we went to the museum, and the lady asked for the zip code. When I said it out loud, we both still looked at each other like we still not.
Are you sure? She was like, "Wait, is that your right zip code?"
Right. But
Trying to get it together.
But you feel like it's been 6 months.
For me, I think I've kind of like found my groove a little bit. It took me a minute because I was going back and forth to Baltimore a lot. And what I decided was, okay, let me just try and give it a chance here, because everybody always asks us, oh, you got family here, you got this, you got that. And we were like, no, it's really just me and him. But once I found somebody to do my hair,
Right.
which was very important.
Right.
I learned how to drive certain areas and how to get places by myself, which is very important.
You got out with some ladies.
I was able to. This one is on my back about go out, babe, find somebody to. Mind you, my best friend is a man, but I have my 2 girlfriends, my sisters, and Trey is like, I know that's hard for you. So I found somebody in the group, and I was able to like find a coffee shop. We hung out. We went to see The Color Purple on Christmas Day. I met up with a different group of ladies. We went out, had a really good night. We did like I think it's called White Elephant Gift Exchange. So that was fun. It was cool. I met so many people, and I just went out and had a good time. It was giving me a chance to get dressed up, be around women, talk, and to me that helped.
Yeah, man, it helps me too, man, because, I mean, I love spending time with you, but some of the conversations I don't want to have.
I know, he's like,
But, you know, I know it's vice versa, because I've really been like a homebody, like.
For sure.
And I typically, I go out by myself, but
he goes out all the time by himself.
But I haven't done that, and it's mainly because I still feel like I haven't really fully adjusted and got comfortably. Like, I just repainted my office, and I'm putting pictures up. So once I feel a little more comfortable that I got everything here situated, I might, get a little more comfortable and stepping out.
But why are you pushing me out the door?
Because I know it's important for you too, though. I mean, I don't want you to just be out every weekend type shit either. Nah, we're gonna slow that down. Hell nah. But
it's winter time. I'm not a winter person. I don't care where I'm at. I don't like to go out when it's cold.
I was proud of you, but you definitely took me by surprise. Just having that courage to just go out there and meet with strangers. I'm not like that. So, kudos to you in doing that.
It was cool. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. It was cool.
And we got some follow-up things to do. Like stuff that I know I can't do with my best friend, my husband.
I guess a tip or an advice that I could share if you are thinking of relocating, and some of the things that's why we share some of the information, because maybe it's something that you could kind of adjust and learn, but be ready for, because you could say you prepare all you want
until it happens.
I'm ready to do that, and then it hits you, you know what I mean? So you gotta be prepared and stay focused and be like, nah, I made a good decision, things are gonna happen. It's always, whenever you change, there's always going to be an adjustment period, no matter how well prepared you are in life and this and that. There's still some adjusting. So be ready for that, and don't overwhelm yourself and get frustrated because things are not moving as quickly as they should. You know what I mean?
Christmas really, I didn't quite plan that out right.
Yeah.
But I had an unexpected death in the family. It threw us off. We went home for Thanksgiving, and I just didn't go back for Christmas. But we had our first visitor. My dad came.
Shout out to Pop Dukes,
yes,
man.
My pops came down here, hung out with us, and he always enjoys just hanging out with us. It's like this is second home. But it was good. But I was sad. Christmas really was hard, but it was one of those, we can do it. I kept reassuring my kids, because a lot of the corny stuff that I've been doing since they was born, they was like, oh my God, who gonna do it? Mommy not here. And I'm on FaceTime and videos and picture. And I'm like, we can do this.
Let's kind of backtrack a little bit. Let's talk about the Christmas thing, because for me, it's not important. For you, it is. And I thought by me just comforting you and being here would have been good enough, but I know it wasn't. So we made a promise to each other just to make sure that she's not alone again in Christmas.
No, we did not make a promise. I was having a moment by myself, and I didn't say it out loud. And Trey came in the room and said, going forward, I just want to tell you this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, I mean.
And he's like, no matter what, I'm going to make sure that you get home every Christmas, or we'll have somebody here with us on Christmas. Now, mind you, this is a compromise. He doesn't even celebrate none of that. But he knows how much it meant to me.
Nice.
And he's like, okay, we got it. We didn't do it this time, but going forward,
Yeah.
see, this is what we mean by you think you got it under control and then you got to change it up. And he said, don't worry.
And another thing, I'm sorry, because you breezed by kind of quick, and I want to talk about it. When your father came in town,
Yeah.
we was so hyped, like, you know, like this was the most important visitor ever coming. We had all kind of shit planned and this and that.
And he was just like, I just want to be with
stay in
y'all.
the house.
I want
I
to stay in the house.
We forgot he got a bad leg. He just had open heart surgery. We
He
trying
just like, we trying to drag him around South
We
Carolina.
trying to just like, we gonna show you. You gonna go back and tell everybody. But
It was good.
it was good to have him here, and for me, it was important because we had our moments here, just talking sports, just chilling, drinking some Coronas, and I asked him, I said, so what you think, man? You like the house? Man, he was like, man, I'm so proud of y'all, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know my daughter's good, Trey. That's all I needed.
That was validation. That was
That's
good.
all I needed. That's all I needed. You know what I'm saying? That's all I needed. But yeah, man, it was dope. Have family. But you
And
know,
he said he'll be back.
he'll be back.
This is the one that don't travel,
He
don't
missed
want
his
to go
flight.
nowhere.
He missed his flight. And it was a whole deal. That's a whole other episode.
But now he got it.
But now he knows. Yeah.
We'll explain it later how that happened. But now he got it, y'all.
He got it. He got it.
Smooth.
But I think 2023 was dope for us. You know, we did a lot of major things, and I can't
When we
wait.
sat and did our checklist
Yeah.
of what transpired through 2023, we were looking at each other like,
Damn. Like, yo.
and that's what you want to do. But everything that was on that list, we checked it off.
Checked off. And
and it's good to
2024.
see it so that you can envision it. Because if you can envision it, you can reach it. So that's why it's important to write it down, talk about it, throw it out there.
So before we get into our topics, don't forget, guys, free dessert. So
Free
you know,
dessert.
at the end of the episode, free dessert.
It's not like we giving something away. Like we should have a sweet.
Yeah, I know. It should be something like that. We'll work on it, but we do got something special. We're gonna do something a little different with our free dessert.
Mm-hmm.
So just stay tuned. That will be at the end of the episode.
All right. This was a question that was posed to us. Somebody asked us this question, and it was more or less like, how can you live together, be in a relationship as a couple, and become strangers?
Ooh. Man, when I read that, I was like, wow, that was deep. That was
Right.
deep.
And I thought about it because, again, from previous episodes and previous conversations that we've had on this platform, being open and honest, I was married previously, and it took for me to step away from it, to look at it, to realize we had become strangers. And it's so easy to do. It really, it could be work schedule, kids, just any and everything, or you could really just grow apart and become strangers, but you're still in a relationship, you're still married, you still live together. How does that happen?
And as you guys thinking about this, let me throw something else out there as well. When we say strangers, or when somebody say, hey, living as strangers, you could still be communicating with your partner. And you guys are still strangers, meaning, hey, how you doing? Hey, what we gotta do? Hey, dinner? Hey, but y'all still strangers. So don't let that go over your head as we
Right.
kind of talk about some of the next things. And we know we definitely want to share and give advice. Some of the things you want to avoid, or some of the things that you want to have in place. But it was weird, not weird, but it was kind of. It was different to get that kind of question because you don't really think about it. You know what I mean? Like, you look at couples and you're like, oh, they live together. How can they be strangers?
Right.
It could happen. All right, so what are the different type of conversations or talks or topics that you should be having, like, with your partner?
You gotta kind of weigh it out. It should be different approaches. So if you say we're gonna have a serious conversation, that would be considered as a deep talk. But how often is that needed? To keep it where you're kind of tapping in, to make sure that I know what's going on with you, you know what's going on with me, we talking. That could be more than just a random how was your day type of conversation.
It is important to have different kind of talks. So you have your deep talks, like you said, where we have serious conversations, or
And it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just a serious
It could just be
conversation.
a serious conversation,
Right.
or we could have romantic talks where this is the time where, hey, let's talk about, what satisfies you, or what satisfies me, or how can we take our sex game to the next level, or things of that nature, or what makes you
So with
climax.
romantic talks, ooh, that's a good question. People think when you're married, you don't need to tap in on something like that.
No, I think that's important.
Yeah.
I think those are not easy conversations because you don't want to offend your partner.
That's what I was
But-
getting ready to say.
But it's kind of important to at least have those conversations, or hey,
I think it's important.
No.
A conversation does not always result in something bad.
No, definitely.
Even a serious conversation, because
No.
sometimes we need to have those.
Always spend time, to talk about how you could uplift each other somehow, some way, or provide some information. So, I just think one of the biggest takeaways, or what we would like to challenge you guys as couples, prioritize or set up those different kind of conversations or topics. Or even if, hey, let's have a serious conversation where this serious conversation is where you're going to share something that has been bothering you, or something that you don't like, but kind of prepare each other for that. We'll talk about that too here in one of our other topics, but timing is important when it comes to certain conversations. So don't ever forget that, and respect your partner, right? 'Cause I may want to talk about something, but she may not be in the mood to talk about that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to bring that up, or vice versa.
And then we always try to tie back in. Everybody changes at some point. And it may not be something verbally that you have said to your partner. So that's why it's important to tap in with each other. If you're changing and you're going through something, or something has made you look at life different, who better to have that conversation with than your partner? But this is how you keep from becoming strangers in your own marriage.
Yeah. We do a good job of understanding each other's space. I may violate her space more than she violate my space.
May.
I could be a little annoying, but
I'm
but
so
I've been
glad he said it and not me.
I've been trying to get her out of that only child syndrome, even though she does have a brother, but he came very late, so she's been spoiled all her
Came
life.
very late.
Yeah, she's been spoiled all her life, and she got that. People got that small child syndrome. She got that
Wait a
only
minute.
child syndrome.
Why you gotta go small child
Cause
though?
you ain't that tall, baby. With that topic, it made us kind of do a little research on the
Little
internet.
deep dive.
Just to kind of come back and bring something to the platform.
So that you don't think it's just our
we talk about
opinion. Yeah.
So we went to Business Insider, and they had a pretty good article that was interesting, and we felt like we wanted to bring it to our platform. What's the title of it, babe?
The 5 common mistakes couples make that can hurt or end their relationship, according to a therapist.
All right, so the 5 common mistakes.
We didn't pick this.
Yeah,
five.
this is not our 5, all right? It's not our top 5.
Okay.
But it's good for conversation.
We
so what's the
always
first
do
one?
a top 5 or something. That's
Well,
why
we do
we
a
got
top 5. So
Yes.
you've been noticing. All right, go ahead. So what's the first one?
So this one is a little vague. Waiting for things to be okay.
Now, when we say that, waiting for things to be okay, like, you may say things like, oh, we'll be happy once we move to a bigger house, or, we'll have more time once the kids are older.
That's
those
a
are
common mistake.
delaying your
Yes.
happiness. Delaying your happiness. So, what's some of the, how can you avoid that, or what kind of advice you may want to share or give when it comes to waiting for things to be okay?
You do family activities, which I think is important, but mom and dad have to have that time alone. Where
important.
daddy's not in dad mode, mommy's not in mom mode, you're not in work mode, I'm not in work mode. You have to set aside, because again, this is what I always say, tomorrow's not promised. We don't know what's down the line.
Yeah.
What if something happened, God forbid, and one of you are not able to travel or do certain things, or you know what I'm saying? But you stay together. I'm not saying leave your spouse because your spouse got limp or they hurt themselves. What I'm saying is when you say it's going to be okay later, who determines when later is?
Yeah, and that comes back to communication. Speak to each other, talk.
Right.
You know, I think we learned from some of our past experiences that it's better to bring it to the forefront versus waiting and think it's going to be okay. So we speaking from experience. Don't wait for it to be okay. Talk about it, address it,
Make
and
it
see
okay.
where you can move, how you can move forward. Because it's about finding a way to move forward versus finding
Right.
a way to separate.
Right.
If that's your part. So
If that's the case, that's pretty good.
Yeah, if that's
That's
your
not
part.
bad for number one.
That's not bad for number one. What we got for number two?
Number 2, ignoring problems. Just act like it ain't even happening.
Right, so unaddressed issues that are likely to get worse over time. And of course, and that kind of piggybacks to the first one. But timing is everything, right? So when you bring up problems, we talked about that as well. So it shouldn't be an excuse to avoid a topic or a tough conversation. But, you know, don't ignore problems. A little different than red flags in my case. I think when you're in a marriage, there's no red flags.
No?
Yeah, it's identifying, because I think to me, red flags you have an opportunity to avoid and get out.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by that. There's
Yeah.
still issues that you got to address, but I just think I wouldn't call it red flags, because for me, when I see a red flag, I'm trying to get out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So identify if there are problems, if there are issues, and that's not easy.
Well, I think I was looking at it more like if your partner has a gambling problem
That's a good
or
way
a
of looking at
drinking
it
problem
too.
or something like that. Like, don't think by ignoring it, it's just going to go away. And
That's
don't
a
think
good
just
call-out.
because you're legally married, it'll just figure itself out. Because that doesn't always happen either.
Make sure it is a problem and not you just
Nitpicking
yeah,
or
nitpicking,
what they call it, nagging.
nagging, you know what I'm saying? And you know, certain people do that, you know what I'm saying?
I wish you would.
No, I'm just scratching my nose.
Yeah.
So-
knock that nose off.
So, number 3,
This a big one.
I think we talk about this a lot.
Taking each other for granted.
Taking each other for granted, man. Like,
And this comes in all forms. This comes male and female. It's not just a male type of problem. Because females get so used to a situation that you tend to fall into it. You take it for granted. And it
You-
might seem small.
you did that live on our show. When I was talking about, you know, we made a decision going forward. You're not going to spend Christmas alone. You stopped me right away because you wanted to give me my props. And I respect that.
It's
You was like,
recognition.
nah, you said
Right.
that's what we doing going forward. And little things like that make my shit hard. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to lie. I almost hit pause and went crazy, but I know we got a show to, to
It
do.
went crazy.
But for males, a form of flowers, things of that nature. You know, for females, it's always good to stroke your man's ego whenever you get a chance to make him feel good.
But I didn't know that until we had a conversation about it. Because women always want to compliment. Oh, your hair's beautiful. Oh, that dress looks nice. Oh, your shoes are pretty or whatever. And it's like, what do you do? How do you reciprocate that back to a man? And then when you explained it, like, I'm not looking for you to be like, babe, you sexy tonight. I need it in this form. Now, this is me and my partner. It may not work that way for everybody else.
Yeah, because there are some sexy niggas out there. They like to be
Yeah, they
sexy.
want you to, and you just so say, you know, that's that thing. And I say whatever works for your partner. But again, don't take them for granted and not say anything, because that's where you can fall short. It'll be something like a meal. And he'll be like, oh my God, it was so good. Thank you, babe. It was so good. It was so good. Okay, I cook every day. But for him to be like, that was really good.
Yeah.
That's not taking it for granted. But somebody tends to get a little spoiled because we working from home together and think I'm supposed to feed them around the clock. I'm just saying.
I mean,
That's taken for granted.
America.
That is, I'm not
America.
aha.
How she gonna tell me she can't cook because she's sick?
Ooh. And that's another one. Sick. Taking it for granted, y'all. Number 4.
Right. So getting to number 4, getting stuck in a rut. So what we mean by that? Getting stuck in a rut, or what you think? Not me, but
It's
what you think?
easy to get stuck
they
in
mean
the
by
rut.
that?
Because, again, if you're talking about a married couple, most married people have a routine. They have this thing where it's like you can do it with your eyes closed type of thing. You know what I mean? And that can turn into a rut if you don't throw a little bit of something in the mix.
We talked about, making things fun within the relationship. It don't always have to be sexual. We just went to the Museum of Art just recently. Keeping it spicy, or keeping it different, keeping it fun, or scheduling your activities. There's nothing wrong with scheduling your activities, even if it comes down to sexual activities.
I think that's how you keep from getting in a rut.
That's how you keep from, man.
Don't cook that every Tuesday. Don't do this every Thursday after soccer. Don't do this
Switch it
after.
up.
Switch it up.
Don't be
That's
boring.
all you gotta do.
Yeah, don't be boring.
Some people cannot function when you throw a monkey wrench in their routine. So take baby steps with it.
Yeah.
Because
Know
the
your
first
partner.
thing will be, what the hell is he doing? What's she doing? Why are you doing this? What's going on?
Yeah.
Thinking
Know your
you up
partner.
to something.
Yeah,
so
know your partner.
baby steps. Communicate that, baby. You know what?
Communicate.
We're not gonna do that on this day. Let's do this.
Communicate.
That keeps you from getting stuck in the rut. See, the one thing about me and you, though, we don't go long without going out and doing something together.
Nah. We do solid.
It's harder for other couples who don't travel or go out to dinner or entertain each other or do something within the house.
And it always got to be expensive.
No.
Know your budget. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we look at social media and feel like to have a perfect day, you got to spend $200-$300.
Okay, number 5.
We talked about this a lot.
Not listening to one another. Let me say it again. Check, mic check. Not listening to one another.
Clean your ears. Clean your ears.
That's all I'm going to say.
So-
This could apply to either or. Now, a lot of times when a man is saying something to his wife, he may have a valid point. It depends if we're listening, because we ready. We already ready. We got the gun cocked and loaded with a response. It may not come off as an argument, but we got a rebuttal already. And then the flip side of it, timing, like you said, when to have a conversation. I could be talking to my husband, telling him something. If the Knicks are playing, I promise you, he ain't hit. He don't know what the hell you said. He not going to remember because he's watching the Knicks.
It was a comedian. He's not like a major. Well, I ain't gonna say major because I don't know who he is. Doesn't mean he's not major, but up and coming comedian to me. And I saw something that made so much sense, made so much sense. And he said, "You should know." I'm paraphrasing, but you should know when your wife is ready to tell you something, whether you just need to listen or provide solutions. And I thought that was so deep. Because with men, and I think I have done that to you at times, and I felt bad when she talks to me about something. I'm quickly about, so what we gonna do? What you gonna do? Or you should do this. Because as men, by nature, we're about building solutions. And she didn't want no solutions. She just wanted you to listen. So I was like, wow, that was so powerful because it's true.
And that was a comedian?
That was a comedian. He said that shit as a joke, yo. I was like, wow.
What a good point.
Now I'm starting to identify that, and I know she just want me to listen. It's not that she's coming to me asking for a solution.
You for no solutions.
She just want me to listen. So I listen. So I just want to share, kind of identify with your partner if this is a listening activity or a problem solving activity.
Well, I'm learning to figure out, like I said, ladies, these are for more than these. So sometimes we need to listen before responding and listen to identify if we need a solution or if he's simply opening up. Because see, the one thing you don't want to happen is your man, your partner comes and he's trying to open up and you go off, he'll shut it down.
These past 6 months for us has been a little different. But I ain't gonna speak for you, but for me, it's been a little different because even though we've been living with each other for a while now, but these past 6 months we down here is just us. Mm-hmm. That's we have a disagreement or we want to do this. There's nowhere to go to. It's just us. So relying on each other. So it's been different levels of listening that I had to adjust and learn and make sure that I'm listening to her. Or communicating is part of listening. When I speak to her or communicate, finding the right time and things of that nature. But maybe you ask your partner when you set up those goals, like we challenge you guys, when you set up these goals to have these talks, make sure those are some of the questions you are asking each other. Hey, have I been listening to you lately? Or have I been, fulfilling your needs? Have I haven't? What can I do different? Those are some of the questions that you should be asking your partner so that way and have a safe space. And like when we about to talk, this is a safe space. And safe space, for those who may not know what a safe space is when you are able to say something to it. Not like when your parents should say, and I'm not did this to my son before. You're not gonna get in trouble. Just tell me, and I still whoop your ass. Don't do that. And of course, safe space doesn't mean I'm about to tell you, I've been cheating on you. That's not. What I'm saying either, but make sure, hey, let's have these conversations, but let's have a safe space. Tell me one thing that I'm not doing right, or what can I adjust and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. And then take it from there and let us know how that goes.
Yeah, keep us posted. Yeah. Before we finish, I just want to wrap this up really quick. If you guys have not peeped his shirt, let me just tell you how much of a hater he is, okay?
I did Mike Tyson you. I Mike Tyson you with the
I wear a lot
tee.
of graphic tees, right? And one of the movies that we watch, I know word for word. Classic is Juice. So he comes home, baby, look at my shirt. I said, oh, you gotta get me one of them. You know what he said? No. We can't have the same shirt. Yeah. I'm like, I won't wear it when you wear yours.
Yeah. I got you that fly ass Janet Jackson shirt though, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't just come empty-handed.
Now I appreciate Janet. I really love the shirt, and I just thought it was fly. So,
but as promised, enjoy free dessert.
Free dessert.
What it is. It's your boy Trey Verdejo.
It's your girl, Gina Verdejo.
Yeah, man. Welcome to 1 + 1 =
2.
Relationship is all about
addition and subtraction.
Oh, man. Like we promised, man. Welcome to free dessert.
Free desserts.
So, we're doing something a little different. We're going to be stopping at different businesses now and just going to their desserts. A lot of dessert places out here.
It's a lot of dessert bars where you can go in. Or you can just simply sit in your car and enjoy your free dessert.
So what's the name of the place we just went to?
Lida's Treats.
Lida.
Like
Treats.
But Lida's Treats.
Right, and we'll drop the information on the screen. That way, if you're in the area, go check them out. We're gonna try out their cupcakes.
Yes.
And then talk about free dessert. So what's the topic for free dessert today?
So the topic for free desserts is how important it is to take a moment with your partner and just go out. I know the price of groceries are extremely high. If you go to a restaurant, sometimes you don't have it. It may be on the off pay week. How important it is just to take a moment, even if it's just for some dessert.
It's important, man.
It's important.
And, and our topics in this episode is about those small talks, those small conversations. Well, kind of the same token, those small dates. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need to change your scenery. You got to get out of the house.
About a couple miles from the house, and it was less than $10 for 2 cupcakes.
Right.
So let's go ahead and try them out. What we got here? What flavors did we get?
So we came after dinner, so it's a little late. We got a strawberry filled and a standard red velvet, no nuts on top.
Right, they did have blue velvet. That's the first time I've seen that.
Never seen Blue Velvet before.
You may come back and try them out.
Okay. That's your side and my side. Now, the importance of having dessert time. I know it's the beginning of the year. People are like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to watch my diet. If you juice, take your partner. Y'all go get y'all juice. Sit in the car. If you like tea, go to the dessert bars or coffee shops. Whatever it is, take a moment to change the scenery. Get away from the kids. Get away from the house. And just go sit in the car. You can have your own playlist. You can plug your phone in, have your music playing, just laughing and talking. We like dessert. We like sugar, so we gonna eat our dessert. Good?
This is good. This is strawberry cupcake, and it has a little strawberry right there. The icing is real
I can't
good.
have that.
Yeah, you can't have that. The icing is real good. Cupcake is real moist. I like that.
Like it moist?
Like it moist. You know I like it moist. And you know, this is a perfect opportunity, you know, to just enjoy each other's company, like she talked about. Also, you know, start getting into that little outside of the box talk, you know what I mean? Especially if you're in a house with a bunch of kids, this is the opportunity to, you know, just have some sexy conversations or do sexy stuff, you know. Ooh.
I wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready. You saw her face. But hey, again, step out your comfort zone.
You can feel free to talk, touch, hold hands. I can't tell you how important it is just to have a different love language sometimes. So again, even though it's cold, you can still get ice cream. You can still sit in the car. You can still tell the kids, we'll be right back. We going to the gas station. Whatever. Leave them home. Go out there and touch your man and ask your man, how was your day today? How about this? What we got going on this weekend? What about... Just sit and laugh. Enjoy each other. It's important.
How's your cupcake?
And have dessert. Mine is good.
Yours is good?
I got just regular red velvet. Red velvet can be a hit or miss. This is good.
How's the icing?
Cream cheese like I like.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like cream cheese on my red velvet.
All right.
Sorry.
Free dessert. Hope you guys enjoy episode 3.
Take advantage of it.
We'll be letting you guys enjoy virtually with us as we try a lot of different desserts around Columbia, South Carolina. Peace.
All right. I hope you guys enjoy that free dessert. Again, we dropping gems.
Absolutely.
We dropping gems. You know what I'm saying? And you
It
know,
was fun.
and we're doing something a little different. We're going to be doing different businesses that do desserts. So we're going to explore South Carolina.
They are lit down
We're
here
going
with
to do it
dessert
together.
spot.
Yeah, there's a lot of desserts. So that was one of them. Hopefully, you know, if you're in the area, check them out. But that's what it is. All right, man. It's your boy, Trey Verdejo.
It's your girl, Gina Verdejo.
And this is 1 + 1 =
2.
Relationship is all about.
Addition and subtraction.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy episode 3.
Episode 3.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Share it.
Like it. Subscribe.
You already know. Peace.